Great. So let me share my screen now so that we can start. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, I can see you, sir.
Can you see a notepad now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's start. We said we are going to be using notepads so that the AI will not be helping us too much because if you're writing interviews and you're doing whiteboarding, you might not have the opportunity to use AI. So let's go. Today we're going to be solving the assignment that says create addition calculator. Now, for every software we are going to be doing, we have 6 stages. Number one stage is what? Planning. Number two stage is what? Design. Number three stage is what? Develop, which is the actual writing of the code. Number four stage is what? Testing. And number five stage is what? Deploy, so that everybody can use it. And finally, number six stage is what? Maintenance. Okay, so those are the 6 stages. So for this very software we want to build, which is an addition calculator, now let's plan it. So number one thing is that we want to prompt the user to enter the first number. That's the first thing we want. So this is the system specification or the requirements. So number one thing is that we want what? Prompt the user to enter first number. That's the first thing. Then number two thing we want to do is to read in the number. Number two thing we want to do is to do what? Read in the number. And number three thing we want to do will be to assign this number to a variable. This number that you've read in, assign the number to a variable. And the fourth thing we'll do will be to prompt the user to enter the second number, prompt the user to enter the second number. And once you've entered the second number, you have to do what? Reading the second number. And once you've read in the both numbers, the third thing will be to do what? Sum the two numbers. And once you've summed the two numbers, the last thing will be to what? Display the sum. That is the planning. So every software that we're going to be building, we're going to be doing these 6 steps. We plan, we design, we develop, we test, we deploy, and we maintain. So that is going to be the assignment I will give you people. You have to go back and do what? Write out this very plan, design, develop for the one we did yesterday. Now, having done this, the next thing will be to design. So under design, how do we design? So in designing is where you now draft out or use Figma to write out exactly what you want to see. So looking at your plan will tell you what to design. So in design, the first thing I will do is to say enter first number. So that's what I will do first. Then once I say that, I will allow the person to enter the first number, say 2. Now the next line, I will say what? Enter the second number. So I can just say enter second number, and I'll say example of second number could be 4. Then immediately after that, I will sum the two numbers. And once I sum the two numbers, I can say the sum is so 2 plus 4 will give me 6. So this is the design. So from your plan, you can easily design, because you know from the plan, you know what the system wants. So you design it to get this. Then under develop is where you start writing the code. Now from your plan and your design, you can easily write the code. So from here, I can easily say that since I'm using C#, that the first thing I will do is to say using system. That's the first thing I will say here. Then I close it with semicolon. Then the next thing I will say here is what? I'll declare the class. And the class will be what? Program. And immediately I finish declaring the class, I can open these curly brackets, come down, and start writing my stuff. And everything, I'm going to be writing them inside the main method. So I'm going to simply say static void main. Then I close this bracket. You see that our typing is faster now because we are using this. If we are using the former one, we'll be having IntelliSense write a whole lot of rubbish for us there. So I'm going to move into the static void main, and I'm going to start. So what do I do first? I have to display this by prompting the user to enter the first number. So I'll simply say what? Using the class console.write function. So I'm going to say console dot, because I want them to be on the same line, I can say only write instead of write line, because write line will push me to another line. So inside here, I'll put my what? Double quotes. Then inside the double quotes, that's where I will write what? Enter first number. So exactly the way I have it here. So once I say that, I put this and give space. Then I come out here and do what? Close it out with a semicolon. So I've gotten the first number. So the next thing I need to do now will be to read in the number. And how do I read in the number? By simply saying what? Console dot what? Read line. So once I say that, I have to close this. Now that I've read in the line, I need to what? Assign it to a variable, because I need to work with it later. So in order to assign it to a variable, what variable am I assigning? It has to be a double, because the number has to be a decimal place. That's the data type. So I'll say what? Double num1. That's the name of the number. Is equal to this. So I've assigned it this variable. Now, whenever you use the read line, anything you're reading will be a string. So I need to convert that string to a double. And how do you convert to double? You simply say convert dot to double. That's how you convert. Convert dot
Hello, sir.
to double. So there has to be you here. Then you do what? Close this inside another bracket. And once you close, you now do what? Put the semicolon. So you've gotten that. So the next thing you have to do now will be to prompt the user to enter the second number. That's the next thing. So you see now that from our plans, we can easily write this code. This is how you'll be developing PIP projects. There's nothing different, no difference. just like this. You plan, you write the code. And once you plan and write the code, you find out that the code is actually very easy to write. So I will now say what? Enter second number. It's as easy as that. Then I come out here and do what? Close it out. So once I close it out, the next thing I'm going to do will be to read the number in. And to read in the number is very simple. You use console.readline. So I can now say console dot readline. Then I open and close this bracket. Then after reading it, I need to assign it to a number. And that number has to be a double. So I can call it num2. That's the variable name. Will be equal to this. And once I read line, what I'm reading is a string. So I need to convert it to double. So I'll simply say convert dot to double in order to convert it. Okay. Then I make sure that I enclose this in a bracket, close this. So make sure the spellings are correct. But even if it's not correct, once we start the testing stage, that's when we find out something that is not correct in the testing stage, which we are going to reach very soon. So now that I've read in the second line, second number, what do I do now? It says, well, sum the two numbers. That's the next thing. Very simple. So how do you sum the two numbers? I can declare another variable and call it double and call that sum. That's the name. So I'll sum these two numbers by saying what? Num1 plus num2. And once I've done that, I can now do what? Display the number by saying what? Console dot. This time I'm going to use write line. Then in brackets, because I want to use string interpolation, I'll put the word $sign before putting the double quote. Then inside the double quote, I can simply say what? The sum is, then because I want to write a variable, I can use these curly brackets and write in the name of the variable, which is sum, so that I can see the sum there. Then make sure I close this with a semicolon. So once I do that, I'm good. So I'll simply come down here and close out these first two curly brackets that I have here. So I'm going to have one curly bracket closing, come down again, one curly bracket closing. Perfect. So this is the develop stage. So I've developed this. The next thing will be testing. Then under testing, I'm going to simply run .NET run. For us, .NET run works. But I say if you build a big project, you have to say .NET build, then what? .NET run. So once I run this, I'm going to see some errors and I'm going to fix it. That is testing stage. Then deploy stage, we are not deploying this application because this is a small application. But deploying will also involve building the application and running them, building and running the application in a server on a server. That is the deploy stage. Then maintenance will be making improvements. So we might decide to now making improvements. That is that. So we might decide to add a third number. Here we're having only two numbers. So we might decide to now have what? Add a third number, which is an assignment that I'm giving you guys. Instead of adding only two numbers, add third number. So this is a complete software engineering life cycle that we've used to develop a simple addition calculator. Does this make sense? IT, do you understand this? Some other person wants to join, so I want to see whether the person has asked to join. Okay. IT, did you understand this? Okay. So I'm going to now copy this very code so that we can run it in our editor. So I'm going to go back to the editor. So this is our editor, and we're in the C sharp React course. So in order to create a new project, like we know before, we said we simply say .NET new projects, and let it be a console application, and let the name be what? Addition. You are building an addition calculator. Okay. So where did we get this? We said in our learning, we said that under, if you come here under part 1, we say that whenever we want to build a new project, we simply say .NET new project console dash n, the name of the application, then you write the name of the application. .NET new console this. That's how you build a console application, and that's why I have this here. So once I press enter, we're going to have this application here. You can see it here. It's now addition calculator. Good. So I'll go to the program.cs there, remove everything here, and paste exactly what we copied from that side. In order for me to paste, I'm going to make sure that I'm okay. Yeah, I'm having the right thing. So it's on normal. So I take it to VB this. So I clear out everything that is there so that I can paste this code that I just wrote. And I will do Control S to save it and try to run it here. So I'm going to say CD into addition calculator. That's the name of the project. Okay, so it has gone into addition calculator. So I'm going to simply say .NET run to run this project. Okay, so once we don't have any error, it's going to ask me to enter the first number. Okay, so you see, enter the first number. You see exactly the way we enter first number, and it's asking me to enter something here. Exactly the way we inside our design, see, enter first number. So I'm going to enter this 2, I'm going to enter 4 and have the sum to be 6. So I go back now, enter the first number. The first number is 2. I press the enter key. It's asking me enter second number 4. I press the enter key. Say the sum is 6. You see exactly this design. That's what I built. That is exactly how somebody will design with Figma, and you as a developer, you build it. So we've tested this now and it's working. So I can deploy and continue to add the third number. So if I want to add the third number, it's very, very simple. I can just copy exactly what is here now. Copy it, come down here and paste it, and call this one num3. And instead of having enter second number here, I'm going to say enter third number. So you can see now I have is 3. So sum now is going to have sum this, then plus number 3. So with this now, I can have 3. So I can now run again. So you can see that when I run, it will ask me to enter the first number, and I will say 2. Press enter, enter the second number, I will say 3. press enter, enter the third number, and I will say 4. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 is going to give us what? 9. So if I press enter now, you see the sum is 9. So I've done maintenance now. I've done the third step, which is improvement, because I've added the third number. So you can see that this application, I've gone through the 6 life cycle of a software development process. IT, did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So I'm giving you guys an
I can hear
assignment
me.
now. You're gonna do exactly this for the one we did yesterday.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so do it now and do it and submit it. And subsequent ones we are gonna be following through these 6 steps. Are you clear on that?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you can share your screen and quickly do this. Let me see. So that you can build your mental strength in writing code. Yeah. You can share your screen now. Okay, so we have another person joining us now. Um Onyedika. Okay. Hello, Kachi, welcome. Yeah. If you want to say something, you can always unmute yourself by clicking the microphone to unmute. Yeah, so Kachi just joined us now, and I'm gonna create a WhatsApp group where I will add us and share the teaching links so that everybody can always see what we've done so far and be able to follow up. Yes. So, Kachi, we are about to round off a class that we have today, and IT is trying to build addition calculator using C sharp. So I'm going to share this video where I did it first so that you can also look it up. Um, yeah. So when we create the WhatsApp group, if anybody has questions, they will be asking them. So most of the people that want to join the class say they want to join most of them traveled for Christmas. Yeah. but some people insisted I will start early. That's why we've started. So it's good that for those of us that are learning for the first time, it's good we join now. That's why I had to make sure that you people that are learning for the first time join now, so that because now we're going to be slow, taking it gradually. So this is the best time for you to join so that you can get the basic concepts before next month when we'll really start and be very fast. Yeah. IT, your screen is no longer showing. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm coming.
Okay. Yeah. So as IT is about to reboot and come back, we said for you to build any software, you have to pass through 6 stages. Number one stage is the stage where you plan the software. So somebody comes to you and say, please design a website where I can be selling my products. So you ask the person, what kind of website do you want? How do you want this to be? The person will tell you, I want something that looks like Jumia or Alibaba, where buyers can go and see their products. They should be able to log in. They should be able to make payments online. So these are the systems requirements. The owner of the website will tell you the things that he need. So you write them down and plan how to build. Then after planning, the next step will be design. Once you've written all these things down, you take them, you start designing. You need a solution architect that will do the design for the architecture of the software. Then you need somebody that knows Figma that will design it so that people can see and have a feel of what you want to build. Then after the design, the next step is to develop. So when you're developing is now when software engineers come in. They have to write the code in C sharp, write it in JavaScript, write it in TypeScript, write it in Python, write it in Java, depending on the programming language that the person that has planned out this project, the solution architect that is in charge of this project, the programming language that he wants to use. Then they will now start writing the actual code. So the actual code, that is development. Then after writing the actual code, the next thing will be to test this software. You have to employ QA people that will test the software. So once all the QA people are there testing the software, they're able to see whether this software has flaws, whether there are mistakes. And once they notice that, they report it to the developer. The developers go fix it. Then after testing, now you verify that this software is good. The next step will be to do what? Deploy, so that people will start using them. Just the way you're not using Alibaba, you're using AliExpress. That software has been deployed. So as a software engineer, you're learning how to build these softwares. There's no software you cannot build. You should be able to build your own Facebook, build your own AliExpress, build your own Amazon. And the only way you can do this is by knowing these steps. You have to plan first, you have to design, you have to develop, you have to test, then you deploy for people to use. Then after deploying, you have to keep maintaining this code. That's why people are still working in Facebook now. Software developers, if you are working there, they will be paying you huge sums, because Facebook needs you to keep developing that software, keep making improvement, keep making additions. So those are the 6 steps or 6 cycles or 6 stages in the life cycle of software development. And when you're going for a job, they will ask you, what are the 6 stages? You need to be able to explain these 6 stages. Number one stage is planning. Number two stage is design. Number three stage is develop. Number four stage is testing. Number five stage is deploying. And number six is maintenance. So even if you're joining this class for the first time, I want you to know the only thing you can go home with today is the that you know the 6 stages of software development. Because you're going to be a software engineer, you need to know the 6 stages of software development life cycle. And we're going to be repeating them every day. We'll be solving one, developing one software. So this addition calculator that you're doing now is a software. It might be small, but that's how you know, that's how you start learning how to develop the bigger ones. So yesterday we developed a grading system, student grading system. Today we are developing addition calculator. Tomorrow we'll do another one. So as we are doing it, we are also summarizing what we've learned so far, because what we've learned so far are that how to learn, we learned about variables, how to declare variables and data types. And you can see that we are using that every day as we are solving these problems. Okay, good. So IT, good. So you prompted the user to type in the first number, you read it in, assign it as a variable. You prompted the user to type in the second number, you read it in, assign it as a variable. Now you summed. So the next thing will be to display the sum by saying console.writeLine. You display the sum. Perfect. So you see now you're using Notepad to write now. Can you see that it is helping you to know the syntaxes? Is it? Good. Yeah, so Kachi, maybe tomorrow, evening of tomorrow, we can have a small session so that I can show you how to do your installations. So chat me up on WhatsApp so that by tomorrow we can look at your installations, yeah, so that you can be able to follow up. So all the videos of our classes, we are recording them and we are putting them on the website that we are using to learn, which is educateafricans.com. I'll share the link on the WhatsApp group when I create it so that you can also check it out. All our learning materials are there so that you can always check back after the class. Good. Once you're done, you can copy it, paste on the VS Code and run it so that you can see your error. You're in the testing stage now. So you're done with the development stage, testing stage. You have to move it into the editor and run. Do your .NET run. But you know you have to create the project first. Have you created the project before? You know I did .NET new console
Yeah.
dash n, then I created the project. Okay, so you can run it if you're using that one. Make sure you cd into that project so that you can see it. So you do console X to save. This one is still the grading system. Is that the one you want to run? I'm seeing the grading system there. Or you're running them together inside that file. Okay, two of them are in the same file. It's not gonna work, I hope you know. It's better you do .NET new, create a new project for this one. Once you create it, you see inside the program.cs, you will then be able to run it. You can say .NET new console project, then dash n, .NET new console, good, dash n, Then you can write addition calculator, which is the name of this project, capital letter A, then addition, then the calculator starts with capital letter C. So once you learn how to be writing in these commands without checking the notes, then you know you're becoming good in the project. So did it build a new project? Then you can go to the other side. If it built it, did it build it? So if you built it, you can see the the program.cs there. Good. That's where you paste in. You delete everything there and paste in what you copied there. Then you go to the console, cd into that new project and run. So save, Control S to save. Then you go back to the console, cd into that project. Then you do .NET.run. Then you see your errors, which is the testing stage. If you have some errors, you have to fix the error. So cd into calculator is the calculator that you named it, and is there. You check the spelling of the calculator that you're using. It has to be exactly what you have there. If not, it will show you error. Good. So .NET run. So once you do .NET run now, you see whether you have an error. So it says you have an error. So read the error, then you go and make the correction. So that closing brackets should be around two closing brackets. So you can also look up the code on our website. Oh, you can see we are closing each this thing. You're not supposed to be closing each one. Remove those curly brackets in between. You have to remove all of them and come to the last line and put two curly brackets. Remove that. Remove the other one following it too. Good. Remove the other one too. Remove the other one too. Good. There you are supposed to have two closing brackets. One for the class and one for the main method. One for the class and one for the main method. Two closing curly brackets. Then scroll up, make sure that after writing the class program that you opened a bracket. Remove that other extra bracket that you have there. Okay, you're supposed to have one there after the main. Good. Save now and run. Okay, see where you have your convert to double. You have mistakes all over there. So convert to double, the C is supposed to start with capital letter. Then there has to be a 2 before the double. C has to start with capital letter, convert dot to double. And the T has to be, start with capital. Then the double has to also start with capital letter. Okay, you can see it's giving you the suggestion, so you can use that suggestion. You can tap, use the tab key so that it will select all the words. So there has to be num1 and num2, but you're using num for the two of them. So what you convert dot to double, not double num. So remove that num there. There shouldn't be num, just to double. Good. Good. So you can save and run again. And your main has to be capital letter M. The main function has to be capital letter M. Good. So save now. Do you have the program class? Scroll up. Let me see whether you have the program class. After using system, you have to write class program. Good. Class program. Because all your code has to be inside the class. Good. Now save. Scroll up. I think you're still having some error. All those underline means error. Your console has to start with capital letter C or your console dot write, and the write has to be starting with capital letter W. So the console has to start with capital letter C, and the write has to start with capital letter W. Then where you have double sum, it has to be double space sum because that's the data type and the variable name. See that light, the last console dot write line, the C has to be capital letter. So scroll up, let me see where you wrote your using system. That system is capital letter S. That's why you're having on the lines where you use console because it's not seeing the namespace. Good. So, have you saved? You save, you scroll up a bit. This place where you have the sum, console the right line sum, the S, double quote has to be after the dollar sign and not before the dollar sign. Good. So scroll up. Let's start from the first line and make your corrections now. Scroll up, up, up. Good. So you have using system, semicolon, class program. You open your, then you say static void. That's what causing the problems. Now save again and go and run it. Should work now. Okay. So it's a build failed. File insert error, run again. So just one error now. Console does not exist. So check where you use small letter console instead of capital letter C in console. That's what is the error now. Yeah, that's it. So save it, run it. You can see now you've literally strained your mental muscle in trying to write this. So it will actually help you. So we'll be writing in notepad so that you can see that anything you did not write well is a potential error. Okay, enter first number. Yeah, write 20. Enter second number 20. Okay, 70 plus 30 is it? Okay, 70 plus 70, 140. Okay, so that is it. That is it. That's what you should do. So the assignment will be that you guys are gonna do what? Follow the six steps in the software development life cycle. Write down exactly what I have here. Let me share my screen now. You can stop sharing. Let me share my screen. So you guys are gonna write this for that first assignment that we did yesterday for the grading system. I want you to write it here. Create a grading system. Number one, planning. So write out all the what your plan is. Then design is actually the way it will look when you run the program. So that as you're developing, you're looking at this design and develop, because what I developed here is exactly what is on this design. Then after that, I copied this and pasted it into my editor and tested it by doing .NET run. If it's a big project, I have to build first. Then you deploy on the server, which we are not doing now for these applications. Then maintenance will be to add up another thing. So do that, push the code to GitHub, and also send me a link to my send me a link to WhatsApp so that I check it out. So this is the platform we are using to learn. Kachi, you can see this platform. You just go online and type educateafricans.com. Everything we've learned so far is here, including the videos. So once you type in educateafrican.com, the way it is written here, educateafrican, it will bring up this website. You click on this C# software engineering course. This is what we are learning. Once you click, it will ask you to register. You have to register so that you can be able to move in. Because I've already registered, that's why I'm saying this. So if you click on any of the courses, we've covered software engineering fundamentals, we've covered C# fundamental. This is where we are now, assignments and take homes. So under this assignment and take home, we've looked at software development lifecycle grading system. Today, this is what we'll learn: simple addition calculator. Tomorrow, we are going to be learning edge calculator with the same technique. So if you open up any of these and click on it, you're going to see all that we've learned under that section. So you can see this, what is software, the various categories, and our installation. Then when you go down, you see the video. So this video, you play it. So every other video that we are recording for all this, we also put them down in the classes. So by next tomorrow now, when you go to this assignment and you click on this simple addition calculator, you see this code that I just wrote now, which IT also wrote. Then by next tomorrow, you're going to see here the video of the class showing this very video that I use in teaching, so that you can also look at it again. Okay, so that is where we're going to draw the curtains for today. Thank you. God bless you. If you have any questions, you can always drop in the comment section. I mean, in the WhatsApp. Thank you. See you when I see you.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Katia, Afra.
Fine, man.
Yeah. we'll chat on WhatsApp. Guy, man.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Safe.